Well, just wanted to make a quick little video for y'all. Today is March 21st. I done that last video where I showed you how that I begin the process in doing a European mount, and today I'm gonna do part 2 of that. It's been about a week, and the reason for that is because it's been raining every single day and haven't been able to get the opportunity to do anything. So we finally got a break in the weather. It's a little bit cold out here today. It's about 50. Deer back here boiling. Already got it set up, started boiling. I guess stay tuned for a minute and I'll show you how we boil it and pressure wash it. As you can see, I got that deer head in the pot. It's on an old fish cooker that my father-in-law gave me. We got it hooked up to this propane tank right here. And you pretty much just turn them on, get you a lighter, light the flame at the bottom, and then give it a little bit of time. Like I said, you gotta find that sweet spot, and pretty much just trial and error is how I figure it out. I don't actually time how long I put it in there. I look at the flame though, and just let it get if you turn it up high enough, you'll see a blue flame, and you want to turn it up just a hair higher, so that way it'll cook pretty quick, but not so quick that you burn up the bone, because I have heated it too hot before, and it makes the skull really fragile. So when you go to pressure wash it and then whiten it, it's real brittle, and I want the strongest bone possible. So when you've got the finished deer head, you don't have to worry about it falling and breaking or something. It's a lot more sturdy that way. And I guess that's all I can tell you about that. The rest of it, we're just gonna sit here and wait, and when I feel like it's got the meat cooked good enough, got the pressure washer set up over here, and pardon my nasty yard, and I've been doing a lot of work inside, and there's a lot of boards and paneling and stuff laying out here I gotta haul off. So after this, we'll take it out and we'll boil it. And what I do after that is I pressure wash it, and after I do that, I always boil it one more time, because there'll still be some stuff in there that cools down, and you'll want to boil it a little longer. Maybe take out the water, put some new water in there, and so it's cleaner, and then we'll get to it. So stay tuned. One more thing I want to add real quick: make sure you got a rain suit. I found out that really helps. Keeps the mess down. I used to get soaking wet and have to take my clothes off at the door, and my wife would have to wash them, and it wouldn't ever be pretty. So made sure I got me a rain suit, and now it makes this process a whole lot cleaner. see, it ain't perfectly clean. There's still quite a bit of meat and stuff on here, but that's why I said that I'll probably have to clean that water out and boil it one more time. So, and there's actually a few things, if you notice, like right here that's dangling, that I'm gonna try to get off with some pliers and a knife. Just yank some of this stuff off, make it a little quicker. And I'll put it back in the pot with some fresh water, and then we'll get right back out here and I'll show you what the next step looks like. Here we are, just got it out the bowl for the second time. And now we're gonna pressure wash it, and we'll see what it looks like after that. Save a little bit of time, I'm gonna go ahead and stick it back in the pot just for a few more minutes. You can see there's still a little bit of membrane and different things. I got to get the pliers and yank the rest of that brain out, but that's one of the big deals, because if you don't get it all out, it'll stink later, and you don't want that. That's another point that I wanted to bring out too, is this up in here too. You got to get pliers and yank that out, because and you want to get everything that's meat you want to get off, or membrane or anything like that, because over time it will begin to stink, and you don't want that. So the more it takes a little bit of time, but the more time you spend on it now, the less you have to worry about it later stinking. So, and it'll look better, it'll be a better job. So I'm gonna stick this back in the pot, and we'll give it one more pressure wash, and then we'll see what happens next. One more quick thing I wanted to point out that I didn't say before is you always want to, I'm trying to get to where you can see that. Right there, there's an ear canal that normally is there, and I didn't do it on video, but before I put it back in the pot a while ago, I took me a screwdriver and just popped it in there and then popped that out, and you can clean all this out and get to the brain way easier, get all that junk out of there, and it makes it a whole lot easier process. Now, besides just a few little bitty deals that I got to scrape off, this head is ready to dry and then turn white. The only other thing that I got to do that I wanted to point out is I always wait to get the last part of the brain, which the brain came out, but the brain cavity stays in there. It's like a membrane that attaches, and you can't see it, but it's still in there. And I've always found that if you let it dry for a little while and get kind of to where it shrivels up into like a ball almost, you can take your pliers in there and yank it all out in one piece, and it makes it a whole lot easier and cleaner. So I guess that's it for boiling and pressure washing it, and I think it does the best job. Now all we got to do is get this skull looking white, and it's ready to hang on the wall. So stay tuned, and I'm gonna let this dry off and kind of get that brain out and clean it up, and then we'll begin the video whenever I get it white or turn it white.